We've got a big game today in the Leeds United Career Mode. It's the 5th round of the FA Cup against the team that have beaten us quite recently. I also have a big question to ask of you. The most thumbs up comment in the last episode asked or gave the opinion that I should sell on Ruter because you feel he's underperforming. And it's not like that was just a one-off comment. Like, it got lots of support. Ruter has 10 contributions in 23 games and 6 in 2 FA Cup games, albeit against lesser opposition. Now, I am aware that that comment came in the video where he missed 2 absolute sitters. He is my highest rated player, and one presumes on that basis my highest valued player as well. Indeed he is. I don't know whether that is something to do or not to do. Based on not just necessarily a reactive response to yesterday's episode and his lack of showing in that, based on his overall contribution for the season and for the save, do you think I should sell Jorginho Ruter in the summer, or do we stick with him and anticipate that he will come good or improve to be more consistent with when he's popping up with the goals and assists, etc. Peru is obviously still going strong. It took him a while to get going this year in the Premier League, but he's still going strong. And ultimately, really, those two are my only 2 go-to goal scorers. Not really getting anything from anyone else at this stage. So I would be apprehensive to sell Ruter, but if it is the popular suggestion in the comments, I would consider it. I'm not going to say I do it, but I will say I would certainly consider it. So, the games today. FA Cup 5th round against Crystal Palace, which we'd love to win. We're going to go on a massive FA Cup run this year if we possibly can, although a couple of episodes ago we played them in January and lost by 2-1. We also have Aston Villa, Brentford and Everton today as well, although if we beat Palace there may well be another FA Cup game drawn at some point soon, and we're not that far away from the end of this season here at Leeds. Apologies again if this video is slightly late to you, just because of the way my schedule and recording has been working with, obviously, Jude's arrival. I'm recording on the day of the video going up, as I have done for the past 2 or 3 episodes. Not been able to get ahead on content as of yet, but I do anticipate that being the case within the next week or so, so don't worry. Videos should be very regularly at 3 PM as they usually are very soon again, indeed. So we'll go and play Palace. I'll try and get this episode out as close to 3 o'clock as I can. I think actually I was only late with one video, which to be fair went live 2 hours late, so apologies for that. But Palace, Villa, Brentford, Everton, that's the plan. In the league, things are looking like we might be able to challenge for a European spot, but if we win the FA Cup, we'll definitely get one. So let's go for it. Now, Crystal Palace may well have beaten us quite recently, and that may well be that W in their last 5 matches, but every other game that they've played of late has been a defeat. Alternatively, that W might have been the 4th round of the FA Cup, which is why we now have them in the 5th. Choupo-Moting is the man they've got up top for the time being. They've got Goodman in goal ahead of Henderson. Lacroix is dropped for Tompkins and Gahey. I don't know whether they're rotating purely for the Cup because they want to concentrate on their league form where they're threatened with relegation. But I will rotate Ruter out for this game for Gelhardt. I don't think I'm going to make any other alterations at this stage, but we'll give Gelhardt the chance. And this happened last year as well. Joe Gelhardt played regularly in that cam spot and was very, very solid. Ruter is significantly higher rated, obviously, and on paper the better player. But at the moment, he is inconsistent, and I'm not sure I can afford that inconsistency. We'll wait and see. He could also stay and be my backup striker, and instead of Bamford, and then I sell Bamford and sign a starting cam, and Gelhardt remains backup. And Ruter just drops to 2nd team striker behind Joel Peru. That's also an alternative as well. So we'll see what you guys say in the comments section. But for now, I'm going to try and do my talking on the pitch. It's got the runner in the channel who just ran offside, unfortunately for him. And that's allowed me a chance to get the ball back. Ampadu will spread this to Nicola Pepe. And we'll try and get a teammate in around the corner. If I never made a good run, I probably shouldn't have sprinted with Nicola Pepe there. I kind of closed down the gap that I created for myself a little bit too quickly. Banks again looking for the through ball. This time he does find the one through the gap, and Meslier, thankfully, stops Choupo-Moting from giving Crystal Palace a 1-0 lead. Bit of a step down, Choupo-Moting, in his career from some of the larger clubs that he's played for of late. Back to kind of the Stoke levels rather than the PSG or Bayern Munich levels that he's previously been able to play his career at. Really strange career for Choupo-Moting, isn't it? Player that just never really starts anywhere, but just does a job for a high-profile team of late. Really odd. Best agent in world football. Not the best left foot, though. Well intercepted by Kai. Somerville's going to need to get rid of that quickly. Referee says no foul. I think I agree with him. Strong challenge, but certainly some of the ball was touched. He's won it back, and then the pass that was meant for Ampadu has gone waylaid, or been waylaid by Archie Gray. France's effort, well saved by Meslier. It's all Crystal Palace in these opening stages, but the longer they don't take their chances, the better opportunity. Oh, come on. You can get that round the corner. The better opportunity we have. You can get that round the corner too! Better opportunity we have. Taking a 1-0 lead. Oh, dearie me. When there is an evident avenue for a pass to play around the opposition player, it gets incredibly frustrating when they don't do it. They try and straight line the pass when you could quite easily just bend it around the man. Oh. Somerville. Again, he's kicked that straight at the guy rather than into Peru's path. Thankfully, he has now found Peru. I was going to say Peru will give us a 1-0 lead. I don't know why he's taken that on his weak foot. When his left side is quite evidently the obvious thing to do there. Why has he used the toes on his right foot? We should be 1-0 up here. We equally could have been 1-0 down on a couple of occasions, and Melier's kept me in it. The woodwork has kept Palace in it. I want to win here in the FA Cup, though. If we're not to get European football via the league, which is probably the more realistic thing to happen, for us not to get a European finish in the league, then winning the FA Cup, well, I mean, I don't know whether that's more or less realistic than a European spot in the Premier League in our first season at that level, but certainly I feel like winning the FA Cup with the level of opposition we've faced in this competition so far, if you've factored that in as well, then certainly we could justify winning the FA Cup at this moment in time. Roden wins the header. Gelhardt gets it down and finds Nicola Pepe. We need that supporting run, please, Milan. Thank you. Pepe's there again. Nice turn. Gelhardt, one way then the other. Try and send the defender, which is exactly what Joel Peru's done. Shot on his left. Good save by Goodman. Well stopped. From the set piece then, Somerville. It's Peru that could be underneath it. It's Peru that is underneath it. It'll fall straight to the keeper. Couldn't quite get there. Through the legs of the defender. Banks looking to get in behind now. Strauch with him. Strauch not with him. Too quick here, Banks. Lovely tackle. Great recovery from Pascal Strauch. Just under half an hour to go here. I'm not making any changes yet. They've put on Salamakers for Banks, who just made that excellent run. Oh, saw that coming but didn't react quickly enough to get it done. And this time France dummies it. Salamakers off the bench. Very nearly. Scores with just his second touch. 25 to go here. I feel like the 11 on the field are capable of getting the result. I am concerned about squad fitness and stamina, though, with a game coming at the weekend shortly after this. So we do want to make sure that perhaps we don't unnecessarily just keep 11 men on the field for the sake of doing it. What I'd love to do is get myself in front so that I can then allow myself the luxury of taking off a couple of my key players. But at the moment, neither side can get themselves in front. Pretty sure the 5th round, you go to a replay as well, not to extra time, as it is the case in the next round, the quarterfinals. This is around a 16, I think. And they're in there, and then around the corner. That's nicely done. Nicola Pepe racing away. I've got Peru with me. At least I had Peru with me. He didn't stick with the run. So I had to go solo with Nicola Pepe, and by which point the defenders had caught me up whilst I was waiting for that support. Peru's up with this header, though. That hit one of their hands, but nothing given. Archie Gray finds Gelhardt. Turns well, but it's Ethan Ampadu out there, and he's not going to be whipping in any deadly balls, is he? Kai Wagner certainly can, and does, but Truffert heads away, and Palace live to fight another day. Now then is the time for a change. Ampadu. Here's Pepe and Van Evite. Do I go early to Peru or go now to Peru? He's got the support here. Gelhardt! Oh, we get lucky. We get so very lucky. How many cares do we have? 0! How many goals do we have? 1. Get in! Lucky. Needed the stroke of luck. Don't know whether we deserved it or not. It has been a very even fixture. Gellert, to be fair, should have scored anyway, but 67 rated in goal. Owen Goodman did very well to stop it through the defender's legs that was with him. Oh, what a stop that is, genuinely. I just get very fortunate that Somerville is there to tuck home, and on top of that, that he was onside. We are marching on together. The crowd in full voice now as we go on towards the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We lost to Palace last time. We will not be doing so this. Bring on the next game in the Premier League, which is Aston Villa, another side that we lost to the last time we played them on the Premier League opening day. It's late, but it's great, and it's Leeds United into the next round of the FA Cup. Apologies, Crystal Palace. That feels like we've kind of done you dirty there. Overall, a very even game, as we suspected, as we insinuated earlier on when the goal went in. 5 chances apiece, and it was that final one that made the difference. Wolves beat Chelsea, good. Newcastle are through, Liverpool are through. West Ham are through against Everton. Manchester City are through. Arsenal had to rely on penalties to beat Ipswich. Wow, it did go to extra time in the round of 16. I thought for some reason it didn't go to extra time in the round of 16. It went to a replay. It doesn't. And by going to extra time, Watford have beaten Manchester United as well. So Man United out, Chelsea out, but other big hitters, Liverpool, Newcastle and Arsenal and Manchester City, still very much in the FA Cup. As so are we. I think we're going to have another FA Cup game this month. We are indeed. It's Watford away. Now that is another winnable game for sure in the FA Cup. We've had a very fortuitous run in the FA Cup so far. Charlton in the 3rd round, Stoke in the 4th, Palace in the 5th, and now Watford in the quarterfinals. If we are going to win the FA Cup this season, we will have gotten to the final, or at least to the semis, with a very comfortable run. It's Aston Villa next, then Brentford, and then that game against Watford then. One thing I do want to show you is someone else we got through the youth academy. In fact, 2. We signed Tito Diaz. He came through as about 1.6 million, I think it was. Or was he might have been 750 odd grand, but had a decent potential window. He looks all right, but the one that is most exciting is young Jackson Giles. He's currently down as a striker, but if you look at his stats, pace, agility and balance, reactions are decent too, and technically curve and crossing very high. Dribbling already 69, ball control 68 as well. If we can get his passing up, then he's going to be a fantastic winger, finishing 65 as well. I'm really excited about Jackson Giles. He might genuinely be someone that grows exponentially in this squad once we get into a winger, and might actually come into the first team picture sooner rather than later. I'll sort my training plan out for the game against Aston Villa. We'll continually leave Joe Gellert in that cam role, although it's not like Gellert was sensational in that last fixture, but certainly he didn't do anything wrong, so it would be harsh to then drop him. Somerville can certainly start as well, and we'll just figure this all out. And, well, I'll say we'll head to Villa Park. I think they come to me now, because we started our season at Villa Park, and we also started it with a rather resounding defeat, unfortunately. So time for payback. City, oh wow, City are gone. City are gone. That league title's going absolutely nowhere other than the Etihad, is it? Look at that. 15 points clear with 12 games to go. Aston Villa's starting lineup then. Wow, okay. Moussa Diaby thrown up top along with Ollie Watkins. That's an intriguing decision. John McGinn, a right mid. Kingsley Coman on the left. Yuri Tielemans and Douglas Luiz. Diego Carlos, Pau Torres and Esri Konsa at right back with Emi Martinez in goal. They're level on points with us in the league, Aston Villa, but with a team that good, certainly think they should be slightly higher rated. They've got loanee from us, Charlie Cresswell, on the bench, and Scott Underwood, the regen player, there on the bench for them as well. Hopefully neither come on and have a positive impact for the away side. We'll be playing in our home kit again. I probably should make sure that everybody is as fit as they can be, shouldn't I? So let's put Coquelin in, and let's throw Ben Davies in for Joe Rodon. But Ben Davies being left-footed. Strauch's left-footed as well. We'll leave Ben Davies where he is. Right, that'll be all we change for now. Gellert hasn't recovered his stamina, unfortunately, so Ruter will rather fortuitously, get the nod. Digne. All right, Luca, when were you that fast, mate? Christ. Coutinho just disappeared away from Milan van Evite there. Kingsley Coman, I can understand, running away from me and around me. Ollie Watkins has been sensational in real life this season for Aston Villa. Arguably the best forward player in the league this year. The amount of goals and assists he's picked up. I think he's second in the top goalscorer charts and leading the creative assist-getting charts as well. An unbelievable season for Ollie Watkins and very much deserves his England call-up. Pepe just trying to waste some time so that support can arrive here in Peru. Has Somerville. Somerville has no support whatsoever. Now Ruter is here. Ruter will look to find the space and hit the outside of the post. Genie comes very close to giving us an opening goal here at Elland Road, but we don't have one. Trying to get there with Archie Gray. Trying desperately to get there with Archie Gray and eventually doing so. Genie will turn back inside. Will spread this all the way out wide to Van Evite. And Pepe is there, and through that gap, Nicola. Through that gap, lad. There'll be a corner. He's forced the corner. We'll take it. Well done, Nicola. Putting the pressure on Pau Torres, who he certainly didn't have the edge on for strength, but pace was enough. Oh, Genie's so close, and Emi Martinez makes a very good stop. All right, Ruter's certainly making an impact on his return to the starting lineup, isn't he? It could be a teammate underneath this. It hit Pascal Struijk, I think, on the arm, which is why the advantage was played. It looked initially like it hit him on the back, but if the advantage was played like that, then either it was a foul for physicality or it definitely hit him on the arm. Either way, it hasn't gone in for us, but we already look good here against Aston Villa. But are we going to be good enough? Coquelin to Peru. Archie Gray. He doesn't do much, Archie Gray. Very nearly scored a worldie, though. Emi Martinez with another top stop to deny us. Somerville will whip again. And Peru's underneath at this time as Riconsa knocks that down. Coquelin. It will eventually get cleared by the Aston Villa backline, but they are scrambling back here. Oh, Consa's delay too long on it. And Peru will then send Somerville in behind again as Riconsa will try his best to catch up and has done well to do so, actually. Ruter is here. And Coquelin. Nicola Pepe out of his feet looking for the worldie defender in the way. Luca Digne does enough. Nicola Pepe is quick enough to win that back, though. Putting in the effort at both ends of the pitch. Nicola Pepe. It's been the most impressive of the 3 January signings we made. I know they didn't go down that well in the comment section, but they were signed for a specific reason, not necessarily to come in and be world beaters. They were signed to just do a job whilst we train our other youngsters, and so far they have done that job. That's Pascal Struijk stepping in here and then just getting rid of it. Ruter could flick this, and Peru is found. We'll go to Archie Gray first, who will then slot it out wide to Somerville, who will look for Peru in behind. He's not rapid, Peru, but he has gotten quicker throughout the course of this save, and his left foot is just as good as it ever was, if not better so. Leeds 1, Aston Villa 0 in the 44th minute. We got payback against Palace. We may well be doing it against Villa as well. We should win that. Oh, okay. Ben Davies didn't lock onto it at all. That's gone well. And Kingsley Coman's getting away. Oh, no. Well, that's not Ben Davies' fault. That's the game not locking me onto the ball as it got dinked over. So I was holding the position with the left stick to try and get him to head in a certain direction. And he just ran off because the game didn't lock him on as being involved in that challenge. Sick. I don't feel like I deserved that, but Crystal Palace will feel the same way about the last game, so it is what it is. Somerville's just going to go on a run then. Crescencio Somerville to instantaneously restore our lead. Right, screw you, game. 2-1 Leeds. Diaby and Rafa off the bench for them. It's like McGuinness been moved to central now, and Rafa probably be utilised in a wider role. Rafa, I say wider role, he's gone central. Oh, thank the Lord for Kai Wagner. Jeez, I could not deal with Rafa there. He was just walking his way around my entire defence. Van Evite. Clear it, get rid is the call from the crowd. Well, I guess that's what the Aston Villa players will be feeling. But the Leeds players are feeling like they can score with every shot at the moment. Leeds 3, Aston Villa 1. Now the game surely is beyond any reasonable doubt. Man, out wide. Wagner has outmuscled Diaby. Look at that press, though. Oh, my Lord. That they've not done all game. Wasn't ready for it. I have a funny feeling, though, Villa. It's Probably a little bit too little, too late. Douglas Luiz with a great shot. We're into the 90th minute now and only 2 added on. And that press you needed to do when it was 2-1 and you still had 15 or 20 minutes left in the game, lads, because, well, I'm sorry. It's beyond you now, and it could be even more so if Jack Clark could turn properly. Can we maybe get Peru a hat-trick? The answer is no. I looked for my number 7. I found their number 7, but it will be number 3. It's the points tally addition to ours, not to theirs. We were level on points heading into this game. We are not level on points anymore. Thank you very much for the 3 points, Unai Emery. Payback indeed. And if it were on aggregate, we'd have won by an extra goal as well. So we'll very much take that. Moving into the next game against Brentford, we expect to hopefully get a decent result as well. But that one will be simmed, as we will then go and play Watford in the FA Cup to try and guarantee our progression to the semi-finals of that competition, with Wembley potentially awaiting. An extra game in hand on Newcastle now in 7th, and should we win our first game in hand, we will be on 42 and 2 points behind Newcastle. A 7th placed finish in the Premier League is up for grabs for us this year. The question is, will we grab European football potentially via a league finish or via an FA Cup win? But with Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea all still to play this season, I wonder whether it might have to come to the FA Cup, because that's not great. Right, Brentford away will be the next one. I'll switch my top before we head into the game itself, but their lineup will look as you see it there. They're threatened for relegation down in 16th place. Aldero in goal for them. Bard, Collins, Todibo, Aya and Hickey, Baptiste, Kamara and Shaparenko. Kamara, of course, we sold from Leeds United in Season 1. Kevin Schade and Johan Wissa up top in the striking roles for them. They've got Aidan Calhoun, Patreon player, on the bench to call on if they need to. Strakosa is their backup goalkeeper. I'm surprised he's not playing, actually. Marusic, Jan Elt, Keane Lewis Potter, all options too. The 5-back will be difficult to break down, but hopefully in the simmer, we can get the job done. It's Ampadu again. Building slowly here. I have a feeling we might need to up the tempo if we're to get past their 5-man defence, kind of pull the defenders out of position to open up spaces elsewhere to actually punish their defensive line. Otherwise, they're just going to put men behind the ball as they are here. And they're going to be impregnable at the back. It's going to be impossible to find the space to work the shot in the first place. He's Ethan Ampadu with a bit of space. Finally, eventually, goes for the pass and Pepe might shoot. Somerville is now in behind and there's the goal. Patience, it turns out, might be the way forward, because we were still able to work the space to find the shot. And Somerville, who got the goal in the FA Cup to send us through against Crystal Palace, grabs the opener here against Brentford too. Ampadu and Ruta, lovely turn. And through the gap, Nicola Pepe's in. Pepe to make it 2 perhaps. Goes for the squared ball. Peru will not miss. Great movement by Nicola Pepe. Fantastic finishing from Joel Peru. No surprise. 2-0 Leeds. Here's Jack Clark. Just moments to go. Ethan Ampadu and Jack Clark again. The final whistle is going to go any time now, isn't it? We could maybe try and force the issue for a third, but we haven't even forced the issue for another pass. He's given it away. 2-0 win away from home against Brentford. Very happy with that indeed. That will do superbly well to set us up nicely for the FA Cup quarter-final now against Watford. That one was also away from home, was it, I think? Every single one of the lads was committed to their job here today. We've beaten Brentford twice this season, which doesn't happen very often when you play career mode in my saves anyway. And was it away against Watford? It was indeed. We'll be heading to Vicarage Road next for the FA Cup. Sorry, Paddy, no chance for you to start there. I'd be tempted to play him in the FA Cup against Watford. We've got some position changes for youngsters here, and hopefully that will improve their overalls. We have Tito Diaz, who we changed to a cam from a right mid, 59 to... Oh, 59. Well, that didn't quite have the impact I was hoping it would have. Maybe that will improve him. But certainly we expect an impact here. Jackson Giles, a 63 rated striker, but a 68 rated right winger. And that certainly is what we expected there indeed. So we'll try and get his passing and his shooting up if we can. Ball control is going to be important too. Dribbling. His short passing is 55 and his attack positioning is low as well. Both of which improving are going to desperately help his overall. So he's going to be a very usable player for us, and I'm actually going to call him up to the first team as well. We will promote and we will look to loan him out at the beginning of next season, and hopefully he might be able to be recalled halfway through that season and stand a chance of making some sort of impact. We've got plenty of other wingers in the works. Ellis Stokes is another higher rated winger that we've got going out on loan. He'll be joining Club Bruges at the beginning of next season. So as Dan James and co kind of age out or start to be less effective, we've got that next generation of youth players already waiting to fill the void. Watford in good form, as you might expect, with the FA Cup being the only games that will be tracked for them, I believe, in that. Unless, of course, that does track the Championship games, in which case they're having a decent season. Bachmann, Hoot, Porteous, Loza, Bio up top. Asprilla on the right is probably going to cause me some problems. Anyone on the bench that we're worried about? Really? I don't think so. Should be, certainly, with the quality of our side, although we will make some changes, should be us through to the next round. Jack Clark with the throw for us. Back to Ethan Ampadu. Not much to bring to you to this point. Sam Greenwood looking for Patrick Bamford. He will look for Somerville, who ducks inside and woo, goes for it. Worth a go as well. Not a bad effort. Good save by Daniel Bachmann. Bamford's up for this. This will get knocked down by Strelk to Jack Clark. Oh, Bachmann's done even better to stop that one flying in. Destined for the back of the net on that occasion. Can Bamford win this header? Apparently, Patrick Bamford can't win any headers at the moment. Sam Greenwood, I don't know whether he's right or left-footed. We'll give it to Ethan Ampadu, who will spin back inside. And Greenwood and Bamford. Oh, it's gone in! Skeller, I think he was offside. I'm not sure what's happening. All I know is, for sure, we haven't scored. And Kayembe. I can't get there. Here's Kone again. He's in behind here. Oh, Melier with the save. Watford fans finally kick-started into life. Keeper's ball there, though, surely. Yep. And Watford fans hushed up again. Last thing you want is to get the home fans right behind their team and roaring, because that will give them a massive confidence boost. Looking for Patrick Bamford here and failing miserably. 10 to go in this first half, where we've had chances, they've had chances, and keepers on top to this point. Semi tackle. Love that from Sam Greenwood. Clark. Van Everwijk's arriving. That's not Van Everwijk. It's Bamford. Never mind. Bamford's arriving. Patrick Bamford is away. He's absolutely dead slow, though. Still finished, though, when he gets the opportunity. Patrick Bamford might just have sent Leeds to Wembley. We lead by a goal to nil at Vicarage Road inside just a handful of moments of the second half. Terrible from Watford to give the ball away in such a position. And then Patrick Bamford, he's just fast enough to maintain the gaps with the defenders and then buries it really nicely on his weak foot, might we add. We lead by a goal to nil in the 49th minute. Is that what sends us to an FA Cup semi-final? This ball, Sema! Okay. There's the response then. Wow. Best goal of the day. Watford fire back immediately. Loser through the gap. Sema turns and slams into the far top corner. That was unbelievable. Vicarage Road is back in business. Jack Clark. Oh, he's beating his man. Good play. Bamford in again. Paddy. Bachmann with a save. Good stop by the keeper. Bamford fighting hard. Tell you what. Oh, Patrick Bamford, what a header! Bamford wants to play at Wembley. He wants to be the man to send us there and the man to start. 2-1 Leeds. Ampadu chasing Asprilla out wide now. Into Bio. It's excellent footwork. He's done me. And Loser with a shot that's well saved. And it could have fallen free to a yellow and black shirt. It didn't. And we scrambled clear. And it really was just anywhere will do for me at the moment back here. Ekomi. It's done. Van Everwijk. Ekomi's still going. Just trying to stand in the way. Jack Clark. Challenge from Sema. But we'll get possession back and we'll slow it down. Let's make sure that we go through, gents. Actually, there's a bit of space for Jack Clark here. That space is now gone. He spun the man that came to him. Comier. Nice. Van Everwijk. Paddy's there. Bamford hat-trick. Bamford with 2 goals and an assist is what's going to happen. 3-1. Joe Gelhardt into the 11 and onto the score sheet. Okay. We're going to Wembley. Looking for Bamford. Bamford. Too much. I'm trying to force a hat-trick here with Patrick Bamford. He really has rolled back the years with a wonderful performance. Certainly, Patrick Bamford can still do it against championship-level opposition. Just unfortunately for him, we don't play championship opposition very much anymore. Although we've played mainly championship opposition in this FA Cup run. An FA Cup run that will see us get to Wembley. Watford will be disappointed. Oh, Wolves have knocked out Manchester City! Oh my God, Arsenal beat West Ham and then Newcastle or Liverpool. Please give me Wolves in the semi. Unbelievable if that happens. I can't quite imagine it. We've had a great run to the FA Cup final in the player career mode. A game that I'm about to record after I finish playing this. And we look like, provided we could get a favourable draw here in the next round of the FA Cup, we might find ourselves with a favourable run to the FA Cup final here too. Oh, I saw Wolves there and thought, oh my God, it's happened. No. Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final at the end of the month. In fact, we will have Liverpool... Rephrase, we will have Merseyside teams 3 games in a row and Liverpool twice in 3. Oh, that's a bit gutting, really. Okay, well, the semi-final might be as far as we go in that competition, but the semi-final will still be very, very good for us. Lots of players on international duty. In the league, we are now 9th with a game in hand, and if we win it, we'll be 2 points behind Newcastle in 7th. It's still doable, but we do still have a lot of big sides left to play in the league. Liverpool yet to be played. Arsenal yet to be played. Tottenham yet to be played. Chelsea still 13th, having a wretched season. Not quite as bad as Middlesbrough, though, who are getting closer and closer yet still to Derby's record. We've got Middlesbrough yet to play in this season as well, so typically they'll probably beat me, and that'll be the game that sees them finish with more points than Derby's 11-point record. That will be us for this episode. That will be us for this week. Do join me on Monday, though, for the next episode where we will have some rather big games with Tottenham, Arsenal and co. And then one FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool on the horizon as well. Can we qualify for Europe? Maybe. Will we do it via the league or the cup? Don't know. Will it happen at all? Probably not, but we'll give it everything to try and do so. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying the lead save continually. I'd appreciate it. Let me know that feedback about Ruter as well. And I will see you on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.